Okay, what's up, everybody? This is part two of my review of season two of Euphoria. If this, quality of this video look different is on my old phone, so I don't know how much data this is going to have, but my other phone I was recording on is, it's acting janky. So let's go back to this review of the show. So Lexi, like I was saying, Lexi seems like she was sort of growing to her own in theater. She was finding something that she liked. She seemed like this character was always in the shadow of Cassie, her sister, and she seems to develop a love for theater. I would know because I love theater myself. So she seems to really be able to grow into her own doing this play, being the director of it and stuff like that. Then there's a part in the play where they have a parody of Nate. This show, I'm trying to figure out. Could somebody explain to me how did she know so much personal stuff about all these characters? Like, how does she know that Nate is battling with his sexuality? Or maybe was that just all in Nate's head? Like, what I don't. That's the weirdest thing about this play is that she ends up knowing a lot about these different characters and their past. I don't know how she knew that, but I don't know. If somebody can explain that to me, please comment below. Yeah. Then let's go back to Fez and his situation, his storyline. So Custard tries to set up Fez with Mouse's murder. That was, of course, the one that Fez's little bro did. And, tries to set him up with Mouse's murder, but Faye is able to warn him, about the wiretap. And Ashtray takes him out. So he commits another murder. This kid is something else. I wish he didn't get his head blown off at the end of the season, but this character was really interesting to watch. Just completely lethal. Like I'm trying to think of a character that reminds me of Ashtray. Like I can't think of any characters like him. Like who's like him? Like maybe like a Huey from the Boondocks. He's just smart and just knows how to kill. Well, he's more emotional. He's not as intellectual as Huey from Boondocks. But you get what I mean. The kid is just lethal. Fez is he also another interesting character. Fez, he's not some dumb hippie stoner or thug. He seems like he's the heart of the show. He's the only one that seems to be the most pure, even though technically he's a drug dealer that sells drugs to teenagers, and he seems to mean well though. I get that feeling from him. He doesn't seem to be the character that's the least corrupt, or crazy, or got some type of sexual disorder or something like that. I don't know. So, and then also we see Cassie completely just unravel in the finale. We just see her lose her mind. We'll get back to her soon. Then there's a scene where Rue was talking to Elliot, and I guess one of their last scenes, and she says something a bar. She says, "I have a lot of I'm sorry's to do, but not a lot of I forgive yous." I like that bar. Nice line. Nate and Cal they talk, and he's after basically just sort of just leaving his family just to be to themselves. He's in a building with that he's I think that he was working on or something like that, or some building he was doing business in, or I'm not sure. But he was in some abandoned building with a gay man. One of them also was a transgendered, and then there was another woman that was there. I think that basically they were all three meant to represent his pansexual nature, to what he's attracted to, gay men. He's attracted to women. Anybody knows what pansexual is. That I guess that's what that was supposed to represent. He was in there with a gay man, a transgendered, and a cisgendered woman. So that's though they were supposed to represent his I guess sexuality. And then he just pretty much leads to Nate just exposing his dad to these people. Telling about his origins with his dad, finding the tapes and stuff. And even when he wanted to protect him, he wanted to protect his dad, but ironically enough, he ends up exposing his dad, and having sex with underage people and stuff. Uh, I was wondering, does Nate want revenge on Fez? He was able to go to the rest of the season, and maybe it's something I'm missing. He didn't want to seem like he just like got his butt whooped and moved on. So okay, so I don't know what's going on there. That might be a prediction for next season, possibly. But will Nate get And then I also was wondering, since Nate seems like he's turned over a turn over a new leaf, would he possibly get the guy? I think Nick, the guy name was, get him out of jail for framing him over the whole Maddie situation. That's I guess that's a prediction for next season. But yeah. Fez has to see Ash. I hate to say, Nez had to see Ashtray getting shot. You know, his mother was in another room. She's in her coma. You know, while that whole situation happened, where the SWAT team come and Ashtray sort of goes out almost like Cleo from Set It Off. He tries to have a shootout with the cops. You know, that end horribly for him. You know, it seemed like Ashtray probably didn't have a long lifespan because the kid is a bit of a loose cannon. So yeah, I was wondering, did Fez's grandmother, how was she doing? She's in the other room in a coma while all these shots are going off. Hope she didn't get hit, you know, by anything. But man, that was crazy. Rue, talking to Lexi about her dad and them both losing fathers. Like that whole scene that they had, thought was pretty touching between Rue and Lexi. Then, like I said, let's get back to Cassie. She completely just loses her mind throughout this whole season, going from trying to impress Nate to him just totally rejecting her after seeing that crazy play. And she has one last scene where in this season where she tells Maddie, her I guess ex friend, Nate broke up with me before he even left, or something like that. She says. Then Cassie says something that's really striking and says, "Don't worry, this is the beginning." You know, I guess she's going to be in for a rude awakening dealing with Nate. You know, this whole maybe they is going to be a breakup, makeup thing going on. Whatever hell that Maddie had to go through with Nate, now Cassie's going through with that. So it's going to be interesting to see. Rue and Jules seem to temporarily sort of reconcile. It's no long talks. They just have a kiss and a goodbye. So, and she stays clean. That was really interesting to see that Rue was able to stay clean throughout the rest of the season. You know, well, throughout the rest of this episode, I guess. But let's go into some predictions. We definitely going to know that this Lauren lady's going to want revenge sooner or later. With this show, I don't know how the writing is, so I don't know when it's going to come. But eventually, this woman's going to want revenge. Cal is in jail, but we don't know. Maybe he might find some way to get out. I don't know, but something's going to have to happen there with him being in jail. Maybe his storyline is going to take place in prison. Nate seemed like he's turned over a new leaf, but will he at least help the guy out of jail that he put in and, you know, fix everything completely? Probably not. Plus, his relationship with Cassie is going to be a crazy one. We don't know what's going to happen of that, but I don't know. That's a really crazy relationship. We're going to see the ups and downs of their relationship, I believe, in season 3. I really hope that Rue can stay clean, but if she ends up relapsing, that's going to be entertaining to see. I want to see how crazy can she actually get, you know? Let's see, what other things? Fez, you know, I don't know what he's going to go through after seeing his little brother Ashtray get shot down. I don't know what he's going to do. His relationship with, what's that girl's name? Lexi. I thought it was kind of boring, to be honest, but I like seeing opposites attract. You know, he's all Fez and she's all Lexi, so they're just two opposites. Speaking of Fez, I wonder, is Nate gonna, did I ever say this? Is Nate gonna ever get revenge on, you know, Fez turning his face into bloody mashed potatoes? You know? Probably not, I guess, but yeah, I don't know any other reviews, any other predictions I have. Basically, this new season come out like 2 years from now. This is one of them shows, like I said, they take forever to have a new season now. I guess everybody on the show is so busy, they don't have time to write it. Maybe the show is just so expensive. I don't know, but the new season, I believe they said, come out in 2024. So this show was crazy. This was a really good show. I usually don't care to jump on shows that people claim, you know, they're popular shows, but I decided to check it out, and I like the writing. The twists and turns are really good. The character development is interesting. The characters are very three-dimensional. I love that, and the show is it's a good show. I like it. I can't wait till season 3 come out. You know, and no more predictions from me. Can't wait till it come out, and yeah. So if you like Euphoria, anything Euphoria, subscribe to my channel. Watch Darius TV. Like I said, this is part 2 of season 2 review of Euphoria, and yeah, thank you for checking out my review. So, like, comment, subscribe, share the video for all things Euphoria, and I'll be doing an episode-by-episode breakdown when that show comes out in 3 years from now, 2 years, you know, so, yeah.